You know, I have to think that this particular amendment, which proposes a very significant cut in the short-term capital gains tax rate, is one of the most ill-advised tax cuts that we could make. And part of the reason that I gave the remarks that I did earlier in this session, where I expressed my level of disappointment with some leaders in the business community, and again, as I said, that's my background. You know, I worked in the high-tech industry for many years. I have a lot of respect for so many of our business leaders, our entrepreneurs in the state, but part of the reason I'm so disappointed is because of the fact that they are pushing a narrative that includes tax cuts like this one. This is a tax cut that really is unnecessary, that is fiscally irresponsible, and that frankly is unjust. And let me give you 3 reasons why. First reason is, as you should ask with any proposed tax cut, or tax increase for that matter, is, well, tax cut, who would benefit? Who would benefit from this tax cut? The top 1% of households in the Commonwealth would receive close to 80% of the benefits from this tax cut. The top 1% would receive almost 80% of the benefit. I don't know about you, but to me this is outrageous when we already have such an egregious level of income and wealth inequality here in Massachusetts. And this, if we were to do this, it would further exacerbate the racial wealth gap, because that top 1% are disproportionately white households. So the problem that we all understand and are trying to address, that racial wealth disparity and inequity, this would make that worse. So this tax policy would actually move the Commonwealth in exactly the wrong direction that we are trying to move. So that's point number 1. Second reason, who actually believes that reducing the capital gains tax on assets held for less than 1 year, that's what we're talking about here, not long-term gains, but assets held for less than 1 year, who believes that that would do anything to encourage more business investment and job growth in our state? What's the correlation between short-term trade and capital gains and making long-term business investment decisions that contribute to job growth and economic growth? Nothing. All right, I will concede that maybe this tax cut might encourage a few more day traders to stay in Massachusetts, but that's about all the economic development that we're talking about here. And the third reason, which was alluded to or spoken about by both of the former speakers, is that every single dollar that we lose in annual revenue from this tax cut is a dollar that cannot be invested in making Massachusetts more affordable and more competitive. And we all agree that that's our goal. We're talking about approximately $130 million a year. That's $130 million that cannot be spent on more affordable housing. That's $130 million that can't be spent on helping working families to afford the cost of childcare. That's $130 million that can't be spent on fixing our broken public transportation system. That's $130 million that can't be spent on helping our low-income students to go to college and then enter the workforce and contribute to our economy. These are the types of investments that our business community especially should be clamoring for. Mr. President, I hope that this amendment will be defeated.